Usually we open things up in a lot of different ways, but I really wanted to present a bit of a president's message. I am honored and lucky enough to be the president of the Pain Society of Alberta. Underlying, I'm a psychiatrist. I did a fellowship in addiction medicine and then followed up with a fellowship with anesthesia in pain medicine, and have been working in pain medicine since. What matters most is the incredible team that I'm surrounded by. No matter what we do, we're able to pivot, we're able to challenge each other, and we're able to grow and develop something incredible. And right now, that is the Pain Society of Alberta. A big thank you to Ted Braun and to Alberta Health Services for helping open this incredible conference. Dr. Braun is really quite an amazing guy, and really has worked hard to continue to develop and work with pain medicine in Calgary, in Alberta, and internationally as well. I want to thank all of you again for joining us. We have thousands who have registered and a few thousand online right now. It's very exciting that you've all joined us and that you're here with us today. It's been a passion of mine to make sure that this has been a very inclusive conference. So we've included people with lived experience, people who advocate and live with those with lived experience, and of course, healthcare practitioners from all over the world. We have people joining us from every continent around the world, from almost every major city from around the world. So we're honored and humbled that you are all joining us today, and very excited that you can get some information and make a difference in your clinical practice when you go to work on Monday. The Pain Society of Alberta, as you're aware, its 14th annual conference. We've been around for 14 years. We represent the 800,000 Albertans living with pain. And today, as an international conference, we represent the millions and millions living with pain today. And it's no need for people to be suffering. There's no need for people to be looking for help, trying to find help. And we've got to end those days where pain is stigmatized and disregarded by the medical communities. We've seen already massive changes in curriculum for medical students so that no longer will our veterinarian colleagues have more training in pain than we do. We've seen massive shifts to include Royal College specialty in pain medicine here in Canada. And we've continued to see an exceptional growth in the knowledge and understanding of pain medicine so that we as a medical society can help those who are living with pain every day. On a personal note, I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis when I was 21 years old, and have had the experience of living with pain myself, and have had the experience of understanding how difficult it is at times to access care. And so it is a passion of mine to make sure that all people living with pain are treated equally and fairly, and that everybody has access to the care that they may deserve. We've seen monumental growth with the Pain Society of Alberta. Not long ago, we were a small group of physicians and healthcare providers banding together here in Alberta to try to figure out how can we improve access of care and improve pain treatment here in Alberta. Quickly over the last few years, we have grown, where last year we had our largest in-person conference at Chateau Lake Louise of close to 500 healthcare participants, including having our federal government and federal Canadian task force for pain joining us, and really working hard to try to, again, build pain knowledge and improve overall access of care for everyone. It's important for you to all note, I'm at home, my kids may be in the background, and you never know what may happen as we're going through this. This virtual conference has been a raging success, and it's really come from a significant amount of innovation and ingenuity. Not long ago, it was decided that people living with pain and patients and advocates really aren't often invited to conferences, and we believe that was a big mistake, as the best way to get the information and knowledge is sometimes in these practical aspects. We've also seen many conferences in a virtual format struggle to get people to join. We decided to take a completely opposite direction. Instead of hiring a conference company and having to charge people to join the conference, we pivoted and decided to work with an incredible production company and instead offer this conference for free. And I really hope you can appreciate how important that was for us to make sure that you could join us from anywhere around the world, no matter who you were, as long as you had access to internet. And one day, hopefully, everyone around the world will have that access. This growth has led to over 4,400 registrations now. And we couldn't have imagined when we first started doing this that we would end up having such an incredible uptake by all of you and from everyone around the world. And thank you. The vast majority of people joining us are here from Alberta, but we have significant people joining us from the United States, from England, from Australia, from New Zealand, a large cohort of neurologists from Indonesia. Thank you for joining us. And of course, from people all over the world, thank you again. Having an innovative approach has really been a passion of mine as well, thinking outside the box and doing things as different as possible. And I hope you agree that this is as close to different as we could come up with. And I hope you enjoy every bit of it. And, you know, a big thank you to our speakers. We soon will have Dr. Norman Deutsch joining us, who's a psychiatrist and a New York Times best-selling author of The Brain That Changes Itself. He'll be spending a couple hours with us. And this is, again, provided to you for free. And thank you to all of our national and international speakers from all over the world, all of them joining us voluntarily at the kindness of us just asking. Nobody's being paid for this, and we appreciate all of you joining us as speakers, again, thinking outside of the box and trying to do this correctly. One of the most important things when I took over as president was to try to grow a small local pain society into one that has an effect on policy and can make a difference for all people living in pain. That led to the Alberta Pain Strategy. And a big shout out to Dr. John Pereira. Let's face it, at the end of the day, none of us would be here if it weren't for him and his dedication to the pain strategy, and to my co-chair, Ms. Tracy Wasilak, as you mentioned, was the founder of the Calgary Pain Program and is the COO of Alberta's Strategic Clinical Networks, and really has been paramount to making our Alberta Pain Strategy become a reality. And now, as we move into the several working groups, which we can't wait to present later today, the pain strategy has grown into something that we are leading the world as not only having a pain strategy incorporating in the province for all people in Alberta, but actually on the ground, developing research and developing policy. Our next step has to be developing a provincial pain program, developing an umbrella so that all practitioners working in pain have someone to work with and are interconnected to, so that people no longer have to struggle to find someone to support them, but rather make one click and be able to access all the treatments throughout our incredible province. We are close to trying to develop this, and we are lucky that both the province of Alberta, Alberta Health Services, and the government of Alberta are all interested in looking at how we can develop a provincial pain program interlinked with our pain strategy, so that not only is it sustainable, but it's making a difference to each and every person living here. A big thank you to all of our representatives from around the world who are joining us, from the newly founded USASP, the Canadian Pain Task Force, Pain Australia, BC Pain, and Sask Pain, all joining us today for the first International Pain Strategy Summit. This will be the first time individuals from all over the world working on strategies all over the world, and probably the most embedded strategy being in Pain Australia, and how we can all learn from each other to help all of those living with pain. This is really quite an incredible process, and we are extremely excited for this. And of course, I really, really want to remind you, please get your digital passport going. A big thank you to Revolution Cycle, to 𝐒𝐂𝐁𝐄 and to Chateau Lake Louise, Luc Dressot, who you can join anytime throughout the conference, as they have put up the prizes today, including an electric bicycle worth thousands of dollars, which we will ship anywhere around the world to that person who wins, as well as all-inclusive weekends at one of our incredible Fairmont mountain resorts. This is an incredible opportunity. And of course, from 𝐒𝐂𝐁𝐄, get yourself an opportunity to win a free genetic profile for those living in pain, or for one of your patients or clients living in pain. Really quite incredible prizes. And we really went outside of the box to think about how to do this. Thank you to Revolution Cycle. Thank you to Chateau Lake Louise, and to Accor Hotels for joining us in this. And thank you to 𝐒𝐂𝐁𝐄 for supporting us through helping all of those registrants fill out their passports and possibly win one heck of an incredible prize. I really wanted to end a conference with a bang as well. Often we go to conferences and they slowly fizzle out until people walk away wondering, hey, what happened? We will not be doing that. On Sunday afternoon, we will be ending with a bang, with our final two presentations being people with lived experience. And you will notice throughout this conference that we have people with lived experience presenting. And thank you to all of those who have been sharing this conference link to others with lived experience, representing approximately 15 to 20% of the entire conference being those living with pain. I am extremely excited and honored to be working with an incredible team. And please check out our website for our board of directors, which includes a person with lived experience, Ms. Pamela Pyle. We make sure that everything we do is not done without including those who are living with pain. And as you heard from Dr. Braun, this has been a mission here in Alberta for many, many years. And of course, things have become more sophisticated with things like SPORE and networks really working on improving access to understanding how people navigate the medical system and how people living with pain get access to help, and making sure that the help we're providing makes sense to those who are living with pain. This is by far one of the most important things that we've been doing, because without having people living with pain at the table, we are nothing more than textbooks and anecdotal evidence. And so it's so important that you are here and that you are sharing. And it's so important that many of our speakers today can give an honest and personal touch about what it's like living with pain and what their experiences have been moving forward as those who live with chronic, severe, and persistent pain. So thank you to all of those who are joining us. It's going to be very exciting. Please feel free to check out Help Alberta, which is an advocacy group helping those who are looking for family doctors and other pain practitioners in Alberta. And Alberta Talks Pain, a patient-related group that works on lobbying and improving pain for all of those living here in Alberta. From here, again, I'd like to thank you all. And in conclusion, I hope you enjoy every little bit of the conference. We have dedicated this to you. Every single hour from our board and our conference team has been volunteer. Nobody gets paid to do this. We have spent hours and hours to set this up for you, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you have patience with any of the possibilities that may occur with kids in the background yelling, which hopefully you don't hear mine too much, to changes in internet speeds, possibilities of things being dropped. We will be here as much as possible, and we will make sure that this is not only educational, informative, but also entertaining for all of those spending their time joining us today. Now, I'd like to move into transitioning over to introducing Miss Bonnie Claussen and our movement break. Bonnie, I'm just going to pull up her bio. My apologies. Bonnie is a clinical occupational therapist with over 23 years of experience in a variety of settings, community, hospital-based, urban, and rural. She's employed with Alberta Health Services as an occupational therapist in chronic pain clinics in Camrose and Vermilion, and she's the owner of Action OT in Edmonton. Now, what we've really tried to do is put in movement breaks throughout this conference, because sitting for 3 days on a chair is no good for any of us. So please follow with Bonnie as she moves us through a movement break, and then afterwards we will see you very soon. Thank you, and see you very quickly.